All right, we live? Yeah, we live, man. It's been a while. Woo! What is good, man? Appreciate everybody still following us at Guard Your Grill Boxing, GYGB on Instagram. It's been a while since I've been on YouTube. Figure I'd pop in and give, there's a lot of boxing going on, man. We're in the fall. It's been, listen, man, it's been, it's been a nutty last year and a half between obviously COVID, all these fight cancellations, postponements, all things considered. We're still here. You know what I'm saying? We're still watching fights. Lots of fights coming this fall. We're just getting back. We're just finishing off from last weekend's fiasco. So we're gonna have one this next coming weekend, man. Let's see. So we're here. The culmination of what I think is a culmination of the Wilder Fury saga will be taking place next weekend on at the T-Mobile Arena, if I'm not mistaken, for the WBC and Lineal Heavyweight Championship of the world. Listen, man, a fight we didn't think, even as recent as this past, April or May, we didn't think we were getting this fight. We were hearing about arbitration but, we were being led down the path that Joshua Fury was going to be signed, sealed, delivered, and we were going to get it maybe in August, maybe in the fall, but we were going to get it. And then in steps in, again, we knew about the arbitration, but we didn't think it was going to go through. We were hearing about step-aside money, but lo and behold, at the 11th hour, AJ Fury doesn't happen, and we get Wilder Fury 3. Such as boxing, right? So again, man, we're here. This is a tricky fight, man, because you have arguments on both sides. And look, both guys are 20 months removed from when they last fought. Neither has fought since. Wilder, I think, is turning 36 at the end of this month. Fury, with COVID, but we were hearing stuff about him getting stopped in sparring, then the fight is postponed. It's just, there's a lot of intangibles here, I think, up here with both guys beyond what can transpire in the ring, and this is why, and it's to the point why it's a tricky fight for me. Because all of us, myself, the crew, we all picked Wilder in the second fight. Why? Because, well, most of the time we go with the boxer. It was the instance with Wilder where he just had such a neutralizer, and we had seen proof that he could be outboxed and knock somebody out, like particularly in the second Luis Ortiz fight. But when the second fight rolls around, we're thinking Wilder was the one that needed to make the adjustment, right? But funny enough, it was Fury who started walking Wilder down, and Wilder can't fight on the back foot, and that's really all it took, on top of him smothering him at times, and I think that's what took his legs away, was just he would clinch and just, he's a 260-pound man, and Wilder, he came in 225, he's big, but he's not a big heavyweight as far as size is concerned. And I feel just everything involved, man, the feints, and Wilder got really tired out. And I'm not even bringing in the whole controversy with the gloves and all this stuff, because it's just like with the Pacquiao and people for years accusing him of stuff. It's just like, I need a smoking gun, man. Like, you need to provide me evidence for me to take that to court, or to take that, as gospel. We have to focus on what transpires in the ring. You know what I'm saying? As far as technique, a game plan, things that I feel Wilder at this point, even right now going into this third fight, the thing that worries me about him, you can bring in Malik Scott and do all this stuff, and listen, if people think Wilder is going to be this completely different fighter at 36 years old, close to, you're asking a lot of him, And I think the number one thing that I've not seen from him that I think would lead me to have more confidence in him in the rematch is I don't think he's gotten over the second fight. I don't think he's come to grips that, like, you lost, man. Like, you lost. You could talk about the gloves. You could talk about your costume. You could all this stuff. But at the end of the day, like, I think acceptance is the key. And I don't know if he's fully done that, okay? And maybe they expect a Fury that's not going to be 100% up here, and they're just going to go for the kill. I'll be honest, man. I don't think Wilder should come in any different outside of just finding ways to land that right hand. Like, you're not going to be an elusive fighter. You're not going to be a dude that's going to use his feet. You're not going to be a guy that all of a sudden now is going to be able to pull counter and be defensive minded. And like, you're going against a guy that, at least up until now, from my estimation, can beat you several different ways. Because I thought he won the first fight, meaning Fury. Even if you count the knockdowns. I don't think Wilder won that many rounds outside of those two. And like maybe like one after that. So I really think the story of this fight, quite honestly, is Deontay Wilder. Has he accepted the second loss? And can he find a way to land that right hand that Fury is not going to see coming? That's the biggest thing. I don't think bringing in somebody else completely different and getting rid of Breland, like, hey, to each his own. But Breland got him there. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't made a video about it, but like, I feel Breland really got sandbagged in this situation, and it goes back to the point that I don't feel Wilder has accepted the loss. Because when I've watched this fight 3 times, okay, and there is a lot to pick from. It concerns things that Wilder just wasn't doing. So, as far as a prediction is concerned, man, I gotta go with Tyson Fury again, because outside of him just being completely mentally out of this fight and just getting lazy, I don't see how Fury is not going to apply the same kind of things that he did in fight number 2 and even in parts of fight number 1 where he was outboxing Wilder. Wilder is not going to be this different fighter because it happens with all fighters. Once you get cracked, once you get hit, you kind of revert back to what you know best. So I got Tyson Fury. I mean, whether it's a decision or late stoppage, that's tough to tell. To give Wilder anything, like, I don't think it'll be as dominant as the second fight, but I just think Tyson Fury is still the bigger guy. He's still the better boxer, and he's taken Wilder's best punches and has come up from them. And he got hit in the second fight, and he kind of figured out how to steer away from the punch and not get hit too flush. And he knows now, oh, well, so when I walk Wilder back, he can't fight too good. So we'll see, man. I got Fury winning this fight. Whether decision, knockout, it's tough for me to tell. But I just think down the stretch, he is going to dominate this fight. He's just the bigger, better fighter. So would it shock me if Wilder landed something? I think all of us wouldn't be shocked. But I feel people are just asking a lot of Deontay Wilder to make him be a fighter that he just really isn't and has never really been. If there's one weapon that he can use that he's really steered away from, is the jab. That's like one of the weapons that he needs to use to probe and or make Fury think, you know, and try to, like, you know, make it difficult for Fury to see that right hand coming, you know. Can they do that with 20 months outside the ring, and like they just kind of sort of got with Malik Scott? We'll see, man. We'll see. I gotta, this time around, man, I gotta go with the better boxer and the bigger guy that, at least up until this point, man, has proven he can beat Wilder. So that's next weekend, live on. How are they doing this? Is this a co-promotion like PBC Fox pay-per-view or PBC Top Rank pay-per-view? I know they're not doing the Porter the Porter Bud fight. That's going to be a ESPN pay-per-view. So But it seems like Fox is gonna give it the push, and then they got the Canelo fight next month. But yeah, I got Fury in this, man. Would it shock me for a knockout? Absolutely not. Something's telling me Fury's gonna just dominate this fight down the stretch, possibly with some scares for Fury in the midst of all that. So, but yeah, man, I'm gonna be popping back up here. The crew, we're still on Instagram. Follow us. You can follow me at Roberto_Flag. Follow the crew at well, there's two Guard Your Girl Boxings, but you'll see them both at Guard Your Girl Boxing and at GYGB Boxing _GYGB Boxing. So salute, man. I'll be back here. The next what's the next fight coming up? What's up? We're hearing like the Teofimo and Kambosos is done. I gotta get that clarified. That would be such a waste of time. This whole year. So, in any case, man, I'm out. Let me know who you got winning this fight. Peace.